Just recently, a few months ago, the reins were handed over to Louis Robenheimer, who's the new editor of FHM. He's also a great friend of mine and somebody I've worked with and known socially for a long time. And he has a very, very strong vision for reinvigorating the brand, for bringing it back to its core principles. What happened when FHM started to have a bit of a difficult time, as did all of print media, was a bit of a question around who the target market is, exactly what our voice should be, when in actual fact what Brendan Cooper did when he took it back over was say, okay, we know who we are, let's do that properly, and turned it around in terms of profitability. It's doing a lot better, and then handing it over to Louis Robenheimer, who's young, energetic, and also obviously a great friend of mine. And straight away I'd said to Brendan, and then I continued to say to Louis, look, at Owen Kessel, we really do have this this attitude about let's make great creative work, let's do it, let's let nothing stop us, let's work on those brands that let us make work that we love, and let's form partnerships. And Louis was just, we were immediately on the same page. It just seems like the logical thing to do. My bosses, Vaughan, Felix, and Don, the ECD here at Owen Kessel, obviously they love the brand, they know the brand, and there's kind of this question, it's a similar thing that you get in the retail space that you get when people talk about marketing and advertising the brand. You say to somebody, FHM, they go, I love FHM. Say, well, when did you last read one? Years ago. So we need to turn that kind of love for the brand into consumer behavior that gets people to interact with it again. An advantage we have is that this younger generation of guys are new and are yet to kind of have their first experience with FHM. So we saw all of those opportunities. Vaughan, Felix, Don, they kind of helped me to jump on it. Louis and Francois Milan, the marketing manager there at Media 24 Men's Magazines, they were just extremely keen. And we had a couple of things to iron out, most notably the strategy. We had to, we do everything we do at Owen Kessel, we do off a very firmly built strategy. We do, advertising based on emotional connections, and we don't generally tend to tell people, this is this issue, it's got this girl on the cover, go buy it. We'll tell people who we are and why we do what we do. And so we needed to work on that, and we got through that process quite nicely, brought FHM back to its core principles, brought it back to its, instead of changing, we didn't need to rediscover who we were and how we speak, we needed to go back and do it properly again. And so now there's a very solid foundation in terms of the brand strat. There's a very solid foundation in terms of everybody here at Owen Kessel being really excited to make great fun, happy work that makes the world more fun. And from FHM, the guys are seriously motivated and they really want to make great magazines. And everything's in place, so it's time to make it shine. We're going to do whatever pops into our minds, and if it's a good enough idea, we'll make it happen. If it means painting it on the side of a sailboat, but expect some radio and probably expect some TV as well. And it's not entirely impossible. There'll be some print too, and certainly some online. But again, the details of those are still being fleshed out.